forget. Do you remember to press record, James?
Yep.
Oh, he's such a star. Oh, where they go? So it's Runnerfalk leading away from Ongaro. In third place, I think it's gone off in order. I think the third place is Valanka. I think I saw Valanka spraying a new body up, so that's why it's white. So yes, it is. It's Runnerfalk coming through the infield from Ongaro. Valanka's in third, and then it's Jorn Neumann in fourth in the 6 car. So Neumann, who wasn't in the top heat, is now in fourth, but first and second nailed together. And I get a feeling this could be the things we're saying for a number of years in the future. It's Runnerfalk from Ongaro, or Ongaro from Runnerfalk. These two keen to establish themselves at the front. Oh, and Runnerfalk gets a squiddle on there, a squirrely tail, and didn't even enough of a mistake to let Ongaro through as they come through the carpet corner. And oddly, a little bit of a gap now for Runnerfalk, but he lost it almost immediately through the troll turn. And now he's just carrying a little bit extra speed in that first half. They go over, sweeping over that large-scale jump, and then carrying a huge amount of speed. Runnerfalk spearing towards me with the HP there before he turns right. And just on his wake, almost picking up his aerodynamic toe, was the associated of David Ongaro. And again, a nasty bit of snap oversteer has caused them problems. Now behind them, there's a lot of carnage, and the cars, they're actually getting away. So these two have broken away. And third place, I think, might be Jerome Sartell in the 7 car. The 7 car is, in fact, that of... Yep, Sartell in third now. The first and second. It is Runnerfalk from Ongaro. That's our focus. These two battling away. And we are a minute and a half down, 8.5 to go. Runnerfalk not pulling away from Ongaro, but Ongaro not close enough to make an actual pass. He's just sitting in his wheel tracks. He's lost some time there. There's a problem on the carpet corner, and now we have a gap for Runnerfalk. So drop back to Ongaro, who's now going to come under pressure, possibly from Jerome Sartell, the veteran Frenchman with the white and pink car. You can't even give Runnerfalk a tenth of a second, or he'll eat you all up. He's now got 2.3 seconds. And Sartell, and then behind them now in fourth place, it is Valanka. And they've got a battle between Boots, Valanka and Neumann for fourth. But they've all got a long way to make up before they get anywhere near Runnerfalk, who is now easing away a little bit. This time round he had 2.3 second lap lead last time. As he finishes another lap, and there goes Ongaro. The lead moves to 2.9, just a tenth of a second there. Ongaro comes up on the Red Bull curve, as you see, just going away from him. There is the car of David Runnerfalk. Well, this is David Runnerfalk, it's not David. It's David Ongaro and David. Oh, and there's some elements. There's more incidents and accidents happening in the background over the Troll Bridge mainly. Now, Boots is getting up to drop back to third and fourth now, which is Sartell and Boots, because Boots is beginning to gain on Sartell. Now he's got past Neumann, so he's looking to get himself into third in this A final leg 1. Runnerfalk, however, is still comfortably ahead as Boots looks to get up the inside of Sartell. Sartell white and pink, Boots all red. All light red, all dark red is the yellow. Oh, beautiful move up the inside there, and Boots moves into third past Sartell. Sartell might try to get back over the last scale jump, but Boots puts the power down the Kyosho and gaps him a bit. Neumann's still running in fifth, so third, fourth and fifth sweep beneath me now. First and second, that gap's not coming down. It's 2.7 seconds. It's been there or thereabouts the last 3 laps. Now, can Boots bridge the gap? It's a long way, and my guess would be even with 6.5 minutes, the answer's going to be no. Going to need a mistake from both the top 2 to do that. As these 3 sweep past, Sartell still holding back Neumann, but trying to gain a very slight amount of the lead, going up to 3.1 seconds. There's 4 seconds between second and third. As they've done that thing they have done in so many of these finals so far. Oh, and Neumann goes off the deep end, effectively, of the big jump there in the background. So Boots and Sartell. Actually, Neumann went massively off and didn't lose much time. There's Boots. Going round the top corner. He's a long... now, first, there's been a slight mistake from... Let's pick up with Runnerfalk again, James. He's going over the big jump now. Runnerfalk's made a slight mistake and lost half his lead. And that's going to encourage Ongaro. So, as they sweep round the corner now, there goes Runnerfalk. And then just 2 corners back is Ongaro. Himself lost... It was closer. Lost a little bit of time himself this time. It was a 30-second lap last time for Runnerfalk, and he backs up with a 27 gains. Most of what he lost, he gained back in that lap. So let's pick up Runnerfalk. Runnerfalk is... Where is it at the moment? He's a cheeky monkey. Just going over the bridge now. Under the bridge, sorry. So Ronafalk's over the sweeping jump, and he's going to come around the top corner. And Ronafalk's now down on the main straight. Ongaro behind him. The gap is at 2.5 seconds. Top three, 27.6, 27.8 and 28.1 last time around. So in clean air, Ronafalk not having much of a problem, but we are already just over halfway. As he flies back over the jump again, doesn't really like Ongaro's got the ground speed to catch him. I'm not sure whether Ronafalk, you didn't see the mistake he made. Sartell's made a huge mistake behind us and dropping way down the field now to about 9th. So it's Ronafalk we're with. Ongaro's behind him. Boots is 3rd. Sartell is not 4th anymore. He's had a bad lap. So 4th is probably Neumann, and then Zanchetin, Valanka, Canas and Bataille. And once again, the top 3 are getting spread out. Boots making no impression on either Ronafalk or Ongaro. No one's particularly close at the moment. Three minutes to go. Ronafalk's lead extending. He's now getting up into the lappery. He has a couple of victims. He's got the car 4, which looks just like quite so. So going past the 12 straight away of Pinin, and then he goes past. Oh, what happened there? White car just stopped, let him through. Right, now 2:42 to go. He's got a 7. The second and third must be a bit closer because Boots and Ongaro. Yeah, so but drop back to Ongaro, who's just going round the, just about going the back straight now. The all-white car going over the large-scale jump because he'd lost about 4 or 5 seconds of his lead last time. And Boots now looking to pick up second with some huge pace. Drop back to Boots, one more car than the red 9. He's just carrying a huge amount of speed, Boots. Probably starting from position 9, you're going to have an absolute miracle to get through near the front. The first car, oh, Nate's made a mistake. That was the end of that one, really, wasn't it? Just sat on a pipe for half an hour. So despite it trying to make an exciting race breakout, the drivers are doing their best not to have it happen. So first heat has a first leg of 3. Has a minute and 44 to go. Ronafalk, Ongaro, Boots. All looking pretty damn fine for Ronafalk. We're looking at Boots at the moment. We're probably going to have to shift our focus back to our leader, who's just going through carpet corner now, James. It's Ronafalk as he hops up. He's the second one of those similarly coloured cars, actually. He's the one car going round onto the back straight now. Yeah, back one from that one. It's the similarly coloured car behind the similarly coloured car, yep. So he's the second one there. And he's trying to lap the car 4 of Misha Widmeyer, who obviously thinks he's a great driver because he's painting his car virtually the same colours. With 55 seconds to go. Be an hour or so to the next leg of the final, and some people are going to have to think what they're going to do about it. I think mostly is Ongaro. Ongaro needs to attack early because Ronafalk, once he gets into his rhythm, is looking pretty imperious. Reigning champion, of course, at this event. He won this event down in Malaga last year. Beat Juan Carlos Canas and Bruno Cahello was the other man on the podium that weekend. Took 3 legs to do it, and he's actually about to lap Cahello, which is indicative of some of the problems that Bruno's been having at this meeting. So this is going to be one more lap to go for Ronafalk. 27.6 is his best lap time, and that is the best lap time we've seen. And most of the drivers have been able to get quite close to that. 27.7, 27.8. He's won this now because Ongaro's been caught by the beam. Off camera, and Chetin's managed to get himself into third ahead of Boots. Now this matters because because Ronefalk will take the first one. So it's going to be a win for David Ronefalk. What I'm going to do is pounce on him when he comes down. So James, you need to know his pounce. And go from there to wait to see him. I mean, asked about Alex. Alex was third. Three. So an Italian woman just asked me where her friend, stroke son, stroke whatever. Right, I'm going to go and find young Mr. Ronefalk. Leap out of my eyrie and go and stop the man. Stop. Camera. Stop there. David, that was a relatively straightforward win.
Yeah, it was good. Track was a little bit different from qualifying. I felt like I had less grip, but I think there's no more sawdust in the line right now, and maybe I just made one lap just to make sure the batteries would be enough for 10 minutes. I'm sure they would, but just in case, I just made one lap, and maybe the oils and the tires, they were fresh after the wash, and oils were too hard, so maybe a little bit, too loose out there, but anyway, Ongaro had a crash there and a couple of minutes in, and I can cruise away from there.
So are you going to change stuff between the next hour for the next heat, or stay as you are?
No, I think I'm going to stay as I am. Maybe I'm just going to glue another new set of tires. I've used this set now for 3 rounds, so maybe just a fresh set of tires, and I'll go for there.
Well, congratulations. 1 down, 1 to go. So, away. And it's a clean start for everyone. So Ronefalk leads from Ongaro. Ongaro in the all-white car in second. In third, it is the white car again of Valanka, who paints up a new body overnight. And then behind him is a gaggle of machines. But everyone's got away quite cleanly. But already Ronefalk has established quite a sizable lead from Ongaro. They carry on to complete the first lap, flying over the large-scale jump. So Ongaro needs to find a bit of pace. He's dropped right off Ronefalk on the first lap there, and the gap is down at 0.89 of a second, and that's just from going round a mere 28 seconds. Now Ongaro now has to go into chase mode. So it's the HB of Ronefalk in the yellow to green, and then it's the all-white associated of Ongaro. Behind him it's the X-ray of Martin Valanka, and then fourth is car 4 of Misha Vidmar, who I think's in an S-Works. Lead looks like I get slightly bigger again in 1 second, so another couple of tenths pulled out by Ronefalk. Oh, he went a bit sideways there, but got away there. You do seem to be able to jump off that big bridge any way you like, really. You'll land on the ground at some angle. It's a bit ponderous. I think certainly so far this has been a better lap for Ongaro than Ronefalk. The lead doesn't look any less. And certainly these flat sections, certainly Ronefalk and the HB look better than the associated. And they come round third, that's 1.1, so you gain another few hundredths of a second. Crawling back and through the Troll Bridge. And he's definitely pulling out now. So Ronefalk is easing away, and there's seems to be very, very little Ongaro can do about it. Valanka is holding up the chasing pack, and the chasing pack is pretty much in grid order, apart from car 9 of Boots, who's managed to get himself up to 6th. 2 minutes down, 8 to go in these 10-minute finals, and Ronefalk making it look a bit easy at the moment. Let's drop back to Ongaro for a second. So David looking for a consecutive second runners-up position, but he needs to just put down a bit more power, and he's dropping back. It's just every lap it's a couple of tenths. Every lap is a couple of tenths. He's now 2.1 back. In fact, he dropped half a second there. I suppose Ongaro really needs to decide whether he just needs to go for it. Just give it everything and hope for the best. Ongaro is running an associated. Valanka is running an extra, just to answer a question on the stream. As they come round again, 27.5, 28.4. Effectively, this is turning into a bit of a masterclass now from Ronefalk. Is a long way ahead. Let's drop back to third, fourth and fifth. And that will be third place is Martin Valanka, and then you've got Misha Vidmar, and then you've got trying to come back to the pack again from a poor starting position, Elliot Boots. So fourth, Boots in the red car, Vidmar in the red into green car. They're right behind to the camera. So this is fourth and fifth. Boots the Kyosho coming up behind Vidmar in the S-Works into the Red Bull corner. Away from them is Valanka, who's got a good qualifying position, many thanks to actually bothering to go out in the first round and getting a TQ, which was the most intelligent that you can do. These three passing difficult on this track. There's not a lot of, it's not one of these tracks that's going to force lots of mistakes or even unlucky mistakes where the cars just crash and fall over. So you have to, in many ways, get past as you would do in a touring car, which is find a move to do it. So Valanka a little bit slower in that one, and Vidmar gained on him, and instantly Boots just stretched back again. It's the third, fourth, fifth battle. Remind you, Ronefalk is still in the lead from Ongaro by 3 seconds, 4 minutes down, 6 to go. Valanka. They now go back round the back straight. Interesting how they've managed to stay so equidistant, the three of them, for several laps. So they're not really gaining on Ongaro. Ongaro gained a couple of tenths that time on Ronefalk, but he needs to gain more than that, as Vidmar kind of sort of drunkenly got over that last corner. Boots, he's got this issue really that in the red car, that he's just not got a way of getting past Vidmar, because Vidmar is driving a good line and then trying to actually find a way. Oh, and that's not going to help, and that's probably Boots out of this particular. So move forward, back, and put that on again. Boots just too tight, I think. Brake, no. Yeah. Oh no, just a grip roll. Just grip roll the whole thing across. So let's go back up to Valanka if we can, if you're not already. We are. So this is Valanka. So we've lost Boots from the excitement. Ronefalk leads. Ongaro second. This is your third place man, Martin Valanka. The lead stretched again a little bit for Ronefalk now, 3.2 ahead. And now it's Vidmar who is behind. Let's get it wide enough so we can get them both in. It's not too far apart. So Vidmar, the young German. Valanka, the slightly older Austrian. Four minutes to go. It's going to be down to a Ronefalk mistake now to stop him becoming European champion again. Ongaro holding him steady at about 3 seconds flat. And we're looking at third and fourth, who are right together at 9 seconds off the lead. Oh, Vidmar's got away with that one, didn't he? Dropped off, got away from it. Behind us, Boots has dropped down to 10th after that accident. And it's Jorn Neumann picking up 5th. So they've now stretched themselves out quite a lot. Let's go and find Ronefalk again. Let's pick up the start, because this one's now disappeared as much of a contest. I think there he goes, up on the infield and up and over the Billy Goat Bridge. And he'll turn Turtle and into the... Ooh. So the HB with the Orion electric power. J Concepts tyres. It looks like Ronefalk is going to finish his season with a European Championship, which eluded him, of course, in Sweden earlier this year, which he really wanted to win. He told us in our long sit-down interview we had with him yesterday morning. Lead at 3.5 seconds. So unless he absolutely pallocks this off some barrier, Ongaro is not going to gain back on him in pace. Look at it. Let him go. Where's Ongaro? There he is. So it's a huge distance between first and second. 4.3 now. Valanka 10 back. Vidmar has dropped off another 3 from Valanka. Neumann in 2.5 off him. Then Coelho is in 6th. Canas is in 7th. And Chetin is in 8th. Sartell is in 9th. Robert Bataille didn't make the start. Robert Bataille decided this isn't his day. He didn't even start the race. So Ronefalk now having a bit of fun with traffic. This could be the only thing that could go wrong. A misunderstanding with traffic. That could lose those 5 seconds. He now has a lead. And the first car is not going to have misunderstanding. I don't know, they lurched back on the racing line there, the 12 of Carlos Pineda. I'm not sure whether perhaps he didn't look quite so bad from their perspective. Next car that Ronefalk needs to lap. He's already done it. And that was the white and yellow car of Karol Nowotny. Next up will be Boots, but Boots is quite a long way ahead. So I think at this point, Ronefalk is going to run in clean air for the next minute and 40 seconds. Right at the point where he becomes champion of the world. Well, Europe, yeah. Let's give the whole thing a bit more. So under the hill he goes. Ronefalk has just 1 minute and 20 seconds to carry on keeping it 4 wheels down. He's got a 4.7 second lead over Ongaro. And he will take back-to-back 1/8 Rallycross championships, or 1/8 electric off-road championships, to go with the trophy he won for this very event about this time of year last year in Malaga in Spain. In very different conditions. It was blooming hot if I remember rightly. The car flows very, very nice. The car does look very nice on the track. But a lot of that is how well you drive it. And now he's started to centre the track. So he's just literally just driving the inner centres. He's not looking to do anything clever. Just turns hard. Left and right, Ronefalk now down to 24 seconds of this lap and one more for the young man from Sweden to pick up his 4th European Championship. There'll be a pair of 1/8 electric to go with his pair of 1/8 nitros that he won. He's won 1 championship a year for 4 years now. And he will now carry around for this last couple of corners, and this will be David Ronefalk to take the European Championship. Ronefalk is your European champion, and thoroughly well deserved. Great performance from the young Swede. And we're going to have a quick word in a second, but that's really pretty good stuff as they just drive the cars back up the wrong way. Just to give you, David Ongaro was 2nd, Valanka was 3rd, Jorn Neumann was 4th. It was Juan Carlos Canassi was 5th. And we'll have a quick word with young Mr. Ronefalk as I sneak back after Alex and Chetin's friend stroke mum found out where he finished. And he gets a hug from his dad. And we'll there's the car. Congratulations to the Orion man. Well, there we are. 4 years, 4 European Championships. You have to win one a year, don't you?
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, I saw the speed was there already in practice on Friday. Unfortunately, we didn't get to run yesterday, but they did a good job this morning to get the track ready for us. And the pace was there, so I just knew I had to keep it on the wheels, and that's what I did in finals. And yeah, it was hard to beat today, and it feels great to defend my titles from last year. And yeah, I'm in a good rhythm right now. I had a couple of great wrestles here just in the last couple of weeks, and hopefully that will continue in the next few weeks ahead.
Well, that's easy. You've got another electric European Championship. All you need to do is an electric World Championship in November. Yeah,
exactly. We have some work to do for that. But after Boogerland here coming up in 2 weeks, we are fully focused on getting the 10 scale stuff ready for China, and we'll do our best when we get there.
Great today. Well done. Congratulations. So that's our new...
So he's got a shot. I mean, Ongaro, if he gets a good start, I guess he's done for 2nd. Then yeah, I mean, it's pretty open for 3rd, I guess.
Yeah, with the qualifying, obviously he only had 2 runs really. I mean, Martin Valanka, who's particularly 3rd, had 3 runs. I mean, do you feel that in many ways, we've got Robert right at the back, we've got Elliot who's looked quicker, but he's back in 9th. I mean, do you think if we had a 5-round qualifying, it would be a different story?
Yes, of course. I mean, we only had 2 rounds this day that all the top drivers had to perform well in both rounds. So if you had a crash or so, you would be a couple of spots down the list, and that's what happened to Elliot, Robert, and Bruno as well. So we'll see what happens. But Elliot and Bruno looked fast. They just need to make it by a couple of cars, and I think they can challenge that 3rd position on the podium if Ongaro, I guess he's already gone.
He's already gone.
Yes.
So he's got a great start on Ongaro. Behind him is Valanka. The loser at that first one was Jorn Neumann, who was upside down on turn 3. As they zip up towards the Red Bull corner. So it's Ongaro from Valanka. Behind him it's Vidmaier, then it's the 5 car of Alexander Chetin, who's got 3rd already.
Looks like Bruno traction roll there. He used my tires in this one. So
he's actually borrowed your actual
yes,
tires.
he's on J Concert in this one. So he wanted to try. I gave him my set of tires. So it will be interesting to hear what he says after the final.
Yeah, it's a good chance in a fight that he can to test some.
He can't play the tires anymore anyway.
No, that's right. So Sartell. So we just drop back to second and third. In fact, third. We've got the train starting at third, which is Zanchetti. Now Zanchetti does have a third overall. Behind him is Sartell in the white and the pink car.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerome, of course, has been around for years, hasn't he? He was probably in A finals when you were still, well, in junior school. You have junior school in
yeah,
Sweden.
absolutely. I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he's still going good. I mean, he's fast. He was fast on the lap times in qualifying. Of course, he made that first round, which we didn't, so he got a good amount of points there as well. But I mean, it was all up to you if you wanted to run that first one. But I decided not to because I thought 5 minutes of running and 6 hours of work wasn't worth it. So I gambled a little bit, but it played out well in the end, and I'm happy I did. So
it's going quite well at the moment for Valanka, who's currently in second behind Ongaro, who leads. Ongaro's leads only about a second and a half. He's not really aced away as you might expect him to be. Zanchetti in third. So interestingly, it's 3 white body shells, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, so I guess
useful. Got green wheels as Zanchetti, so he should be perhaps
green,
concentrating on the yellowy green.
Yeah.
It's colourblind at my age. Yellowy green tyres with Zanchetti. With the Techno, the interesting about the Techno is it's a E-Buggy that looks completely different from their the standard rallycross car. I mean, whereas the rest of them, including I think the HB, are just pretty much conversion kits still, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of years ago when I started with HP, we had a Techno conversion kit to our car, but now we have our own platform, which is similar to there with a motor with a short dog bone in the rear and a very long one in the front in the center of the car, and this layout seems to work really nice for E-Buggy. The Techno guys are doing a great job at almost every race with their car, so I think it's a great platform. Our car is working really, really good as well. I always feel competitive when I come to the races with our E-Buggy, so it seems like it's working nice, and he's closing in on Valanka, it looks like, so I think it's a battle for...
He's tipped Valanka. Oh, he's not waited, and fair enough, really, given it's Valanka. Oh, I shouldn't say that loud, should I? So Zanchetti now into second place. Now, this is, third place. Now, he has to... Oh, second place. Now, he can catch up with Ongaro. I think he will actually... So if Zanchetti wins, he will win.
Get
second place,
right?
because he's got a third so far. So
he's fast.
Ongaro's not really... I know whether Ongaro's kind of relaxing within himself, but he's not really... I thought he'd just disappear without the pressure of chasing you. You can just kind of relax in front, but perhaps the basic pacing associated isn't there, or as the track has changed and the tyres. But Zanchetti goes over we call it the Billy Goat Bridge, and underneath the Troll Tunnel, if you know your mythology or your fairy tales. We just have we look at now. We're looking at Ongaro at the moment. Just drop back one to Zanchetti on the yellow wheels. James, look at the cars going in. Looking at the track here, I mean, this just looks so quick. When you come down the main straight, you're braking, turning, the cars look really, really fast. Are they actually going faster than a nitro car would go there, or is it just an impression you get from the way they're moving?
No, I think it's a very fast section of the track, and I really like this part of the track. It's the whole end of the straightaway and up to that 180 on the top, coming back is probably the best part of the track, I think. You carry a lot of speed, and I was surprised I could carry so much. I mean, throughout the whole lap, I was so much faster on the lap time, and it was surprisingly, because the track is not that difficult, I would say. There's not so many jumps or technical spots on the track where you can make up or lose time. So I was a little bit surprised when the others didn't really have the pace as I did. But again, our car is really good in E-Buggy, so I was just trying to hold my car on the wheels, and I did for 2 mains. So
it was a long section really of this track. I mean, it's not quite as big here. Just finishing now, essentially finishing where you effectively it is a flat section of track. Yes, you've got the low crest at the back of the jump, but effectively you are on what I would call a touring car section. It's just a flat bit of track. Yes, it's some bumps, but you can really it's all about acceleration. It's all about the confidence to go in the car as much speed through the corners as possible. And that must be, obviously, it's a function of being a marvellous driver, but that's much more a function of the chassis of the car and the tyre grip, because the skill, I always think, is actually, piloting the car around the complicated bits, which is the jumps and everything else. Just going fast around corners. Do you think that's a skill itself, or is it just about setup and experience?
I mean, of course, you see on the on-road races, you need to be, you can have a fast line, you can have a bad line, which is slower out there, but it's important to carry the speed, as you said, through the corners here. You can't stop too much in the middle of the corner. it's important to carry that speed throughout the corners. And I mean, the track only has 2 really slow corners, which is the 180 here on the top after the straight and after the bridge over this first hump here.
Where we are now,
so,
yeah. But you said it had the carpet on, then they took the carpet off again, as it constantly changed the whole way down. Zanchetin actually is beginning to catch up with Ongaro. He had made a mistake and dropped a bit. Now with just over halfway, the 6 minutes down, 4 to go. Zanchetin has gained a couple of tenths the previous lap. It was 2.0 this time round. It goes down to 1.7. So he's picking up 3 tenths. So possibly by the end, by the end, if there's no problem, Zanchetin will pick up, I think, the back of Ongaro, and that will be an actual battle for the second place on the podium, well, second and third place on the podium, obviously. Just behind them now, Bruno Coelho's finally got his act together and is in third. I think a lot of these
tyres are working.
It's the tyres, absolutely. But I think a lot of them, certainly Coelho and Boots, have had issues about starting 8th or 9th, and they've not been able to get into a rhythm for 6 or 7 laps. And by then, it's all over, isn't it? I mean, obviously. This is the thing, it's E-Buggy. Whilst the car's the same, unlike the 45 minutes you get in a nitro final, grid position is really important, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, here you have pretty much a sprint race, I would say. So it's longer than the 10 scale races, which is 5 minutes, of course. But it's still hard to make up the time if you have a bad crash or coming together with some other driver in the start. Especially when you have to pass other cars as well. It costs you a lot of time, and if you have a fast guy up front that stays on the wheel, it's pretty much impossible to catch him. So that's the nice thing about Nitro. I think it's more of an endurance race. You need to have the package. You need to have the focus for a long run, and it's what's nice with Nitro. But I like E-Buggy as well. I like the different classes, and I like to go in between them. So.
I think the other thing about this track is there's not an awful lot of places where you're hanging on for dear life. And, certainly in Sweden, there's some parts of the track where you thought, well, this time I might make it through, next time I won't. Here, I think there's no real and it's all over because Sanchez fallen over and Coelho goes into second. So that's one accident. It's all worth. So let's pick up with Bruno. He's very popular with the crowds. So
Ongaro is on after
Ongaro's in the roof as well. Is Bruno going to get through? Because Bruno could win this one. So
it's
Bruno
for sure the tyres.
With these fantastic new tyres. So Bruno now, after 2 mistakes, Zanchetti was kicking himself because he made a mistake.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
And then Ongaro made one. But Bruno now in the orange and white car with the X-Ray. Bruno Coelho from Portugal, the man who is in more European Championships than anybody else and will be in a World Championship in 10 days' time as well in the 1/8 in France. Once again, is chasing down a chance of at least a leg win. I think that'll probably only make him 4th. I wouldn't think he'd even get top 3.
I don't think he can get on the podium now.
But as the Uznars are not looking at, look at Coelho now right up behind Ongaro.
The race is still for the 3rd in the back, right?
Absolutely pushing like anything. But look at that, 1st and 2nd right together now as we have 1 minute and 23 to go. Ongaro has been out on his own for the whole time and had made one mistake which managed to get Coelho. As he pushed through, I can see Coelho having a massive phone call to Jason Rauner at the end of this one.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
But he's now absolutely... They come round the top corner for the 2 laps after this, and Coelho right behind Ongaro, and Ongaro holding on at full speed. They break up now onto the Red Bull corner and struck down over the triple.
I saw Bruno's lap time from qualifying. He looked very fast, but he just had a couple of crashes that put him down, it seems like. And I also saw in the qualifying run, they were like in a group of a couple of cars, so it makes it more difficult to stay clean, of course.
As he comes now over that, they are right nailed together with 40 seconds to go. So can Coelho take the 3rd leg? He's definitely got a bit more speed, but this is one of the other thing we've seen really about this track, David. It's not actually that easy to overtake.
No,
it's not. Overtake is really high. It's pretty
maybe
much
he's going to make the Bayer right here on the bridge.
Yes, just go for it.
Next lap, maybe.
And look at the inside as he goes round through the X-carpet corner, and they hop up again. In fact, a little bit of confusion round, I think, Karol Novotny's car, I think it was. It just lost a bit of seconds there for him. And we've got 11 seconds. I think they will get another lap, but he's lost quite a bit of time there. So fast.
Yeah, that was important time there.
So fast over the large-scale jump. He comes around now. It looks like it's going to be a lights to flag victory for David Ongaro. It's not going to tell the whole story, though, it has to be said. It's going to say that he's not going to realise the challenge he had in the end. No, that's not going to work. So it's going to be a mistake now
Elliot's
by Ongaro.
Stopped there.
And Elliot has just stopped dead. So Elliot's not flamed. He's thermaled out by the looks of it. And it's just 3 more corners to go, and Ongaro will take the 3rd leg, and he will become the runner-up. So David Ongaro is runner-up, and it's going to be
Zakatine, right?
The rest
got 3rd again.
And Zakatine with 3rd, so he should be 3rd overall.
Yeah.
Coelho will probably come 4th, and you won. Well done.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed becoming a commentator the first time. We certainly enjoyed having you. Thank you very much. Great, proper expertise. Yeah, no, proper expertise. Because I just make stuff up.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Brilliant, Jasmine. So that was the final and the final race of the day. Let's just put a little quick final graphic up on the results. And we will, and there's